Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Well, having watched the news coverage of the Trump administration for the last year, nothing surprises me anymore about the way the media portrays not just this White House, but portrays everything else on the globe. I mean, they pretend that good is bad and bad is good, and most of the time they can't tell the difference. But most people in the world can, and nobody's fooled by the theatrics of North Korea and them pretending to be normal. They're anything but normal. They're still the hermit kingdom. They're still dangerous. They still pose a threat to the world, and they still have no business getting close to a nuclear weapon.
That was Governor Huckabee talking about the big brouhaha, the fawning that was done over Kim Jong-un's daughter by the left. Wow. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It is the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. Jot that down. KJ Radio, KJ, Kevin Jackson, KJRadio.com. Go there. Tell people. Before I get into what we're going to talk about, let me give you guys some numbers. We have almost 600,000 people on Facebook. We have on the radio page 16,000 or so people. On Twitter, we have over 60,000 people. Extended reach, probably close to 2 million. Partner reach, an additional 2 million. I'm on, TV, other radio programs, you name it. Do you know that we on the radio page, and I don't know whether this is a Google issue, we get 1,000 people on that page a day. 1,000. Now let me put it in perspective. Ben Shapiro, who's the darling of the left, of the right, the guy who's anti-Trump, who has probably, in my opinion, one of the worst radio voices, sharp kid, except for his dislike and disdain of Trump. But so the so-called right millennials are all a bunch of William F. Buckleyites, and they're very stodgy in how they approach things, and they want the president to have a certain demeanor. So Guy Benson, Ben Shapiro, and others can constantly berate the president, and and that's the outcome. But anyway, he's got the #1 radio show, and I don't know what the number is, but I know his website does 3 million hits a day. 3 million hits a day, and I've got, my site isn't as big. We don't market the way he does. I'm not out there the way he is, and I could go on, and I don't begrudge him that. He's better at that than we are. I wish I knew what he was doing, because I believe my message is as powerful. In some cases, I think it's more powerful. I think being delivered from a poor black kid who grew up in the hood, understanding things, but understanding the wealth that was available in the world, having grown up rich and poor, I understand it better than he does, and I understand the race relations infinitely better. But anyway, 1,000 hits a day. Now, I'm not mad at you guys for that. I'm just being honest with you. I could come on here and go, yeah, we really, radio page doing great, KJ Radio. Boy, I tell you what, we're growing like crazy. I could lie to you and tell you we're growing, 3 times faster than any other radio program, because we go from 1,000 to 3,000. And per capita, we would be, because I can guarantee you, the Shapiro ain't going to triple, right? Unless he's got some ties into the rest of the world that I don't know about. So we could go that route, but I'm just giving you the truth. It's disappointing to me that we put on a show that I would compare to anything out there. When I was asked of doing terrestrial radio, they said, Kevin, what do you want to do? I said, I want to go up against Limbaugh. That's crazy. It's insane. No, it isn't. It's not insane. I don't believe Limbaugh's for everybody. I believe there are a lot of people who want to listen to this program. So, long story short, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've already, I've warned enough guys downstream from me on my network shows, the networks. This is it. 2018 is it for me for radio. We either figure out the secret decoder ring and somebody gets it done, and somebody joins the team and goes, Kevin, I got, just give me radio. I'm good. We'll get you going. Or I take my ball and go home. I got plenty of things to do to spend 7 hours on than to get 1,000 visits to a website and be wrapping money around my radio team every single month. Now, I take partial fault. I haven't looked for sponsors. I haven't cared, because I honestly believed that people would hear the show and go, man, this guy, he's got to do, and I'm not trying to make it sound like people have been throwing me lifelines and I've been ignoring them, because, and maybe they have, but I haven't seen them. I've talked to radio execs. Oh, Kevin, this, that, and the other, so-and-so's, just got booted out. I've talked to agents that say I've got 5. For every one that wants me, Kevin, I got 5 people that are out of work that I've had for 10 years and I can't abandon them. I agree. I love that loyalty. So that's, being blunt, that's where I'm at. And I'm telling you right now, we get it resolved or I go away. And it's just because I respect my own time. I'm going to continue to fight the good fight for you guys, whether it's through TV, whether it's just doing other people's radio shows at my leisure, whether it's speaking more often, writing more. But I don't have to do this. And I'm not saying it is a threat to you. I'm just telling you the honest to God truth. That's a lot of time and energy that goes into it. And we don't have the answer. We flatly don't. There's probably a social media guru or somebody out there that goes, oh, Kevin, holy cow, I know how to solve. Then solve it. We are developing a product, and that's all we're going to do. We're going to develop a product. And if that product or through osmosis or organically can take off, great, because we don't have the time. I wish I could tell you I got the budget and I have the time. Somebody gave me $1 million, we'd get it figured out, and within 6 months I'd probably, because we'd have some breathing room. But nobody's signed up to do that. And I don't anticipate it unless you guys know somebody I don't know. You've been holding out. My producers do hold out, because if there's a piece of pizza left, it is not left. It's gone. If you see it, if you see something, say something and go do something, because it will be done with it. Anyway, that was Huckabee talking about North Korea, and he's saying that it's not even shocking to him that the media would fawn all over a dictator's sister, pretending that the things that go on in North Korea don't exist. We watched the guy get shot running from the North Koreans. We watched the guy during the State of the Union, where Donald Trump had this dude on. We've been watching these people for a long time. We know what North Korea is about. And here's the media fawning all over them. Wilhelm Friedrich Schlegel said this. He says, when reason and unreason come into contact, an electrical shock occurs. It's called polemics. And that's what's happened here. These guys no longer know how to behave. The shock therapy doesn't get to them. They are immune to polemics. You aren't. You see the shock and you recognize what to do about it. Now you just got to make sure they see it.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.